guys, today I'm bringing you 3 nice replays I've had recently in the past 2 or 3 wars. And first of all, it's an open Arch Queen CB VaHo. So what I do is I deploy my Arch Queen and a wizard there to funnel. Deploy 2 hogs up north just to get the CC pull in a minute, and I'll explain why. So also I deploy the healers in that location there, just so, for example, if I deployed it on the left side of the Arch Queen, then what would happen is the Arch Queen would destroy all these buildings, and then as I do want her to go counterclockwise, then the healers would pass over the air defense and they would die. At this point, see here, the air defense there will not be destroying any of my healers. So use a poison there. And that's just to get rid of the CC. And what happens here is normally you'll kind of see an open Arch Queen walk with a hound in it. But what I like to do is if that, even if it's a fresh base, what you can do is you can do your pull, and then if there is a hound, you can obviously start your ground attack, your Golem, your Valks, your Barbarian King, and then your Arch Queen after. But if it's a dragon, you can then use your Arch Queen with some healers, use the ability on the dragon and the loons, and that's a really effective strategy that I've been using. So the Arch Queen's going to go around the rest of the base, and at this point there's no really CC to have to go through, so these Valks are just going to tear through the core of the base and the Royals. Arch Queen still up, I'm just going to take the last 2 point defences, and I will deploy my hogs in a second. There we go, and then a wizard just behind it. That's just to start the clean up really early on. So obviously I deploy another 2 hogs up north just to help with that wizard town and Tesla. Deploy my rest of my hogs on the rest of the last 3 point defences, and that's the game right there. And I didn't even have to use my Arch Queen ability, and normally would use the Arch Queen ability on the CC if there was a dragon or any other kind of CC. I really do enjoy using this strategy, by the way, guys. I highly recommend you guys using it in your wars, trying it out. Obviously the Arch Queen can take out so much point defense. It would work with like level 20 plus, I believe, 2020 Royals, and then obviously the BK and the Valks do so much work with the Rage Spell. And you can even use more spells, because obviously you can use like 3 spells on your Valks and etc. because your Arch Queen takes out so much point defense. So here I used 2 hogs on the Arch Tower, only 2 hogs needed there, and I got the CC pull. I found out there's 2 loons and a dragon, so then I put my wizard down south, and then I put my Arch Queen once the dragon came over. So the dragon come over, I'll deploy my Arch Queen, and then my 4 healers just behind. And I do end up having to use the ability on this one. Obviously, sometimes you don't need to use the ability, and sometimes you do. It just depends, the luck on the draw, really. But if you don't have to use the ability, that's very wrong, because you can use it later on in the raid, or you can use it on another high HP unit. But if you do, don't hesitate not to. It's always good to be safe from it, So I deploy a hog, and then my Golems and my wizards behind. That's just going to help take out the Tesla. I'll deploy my wall breakers in a second. And then as the Arch Queen kind of taking out all that trash over there, I'll deploy my Barbarian King, my Valks, and then I'll deploy my Valks, and then I will rage over the Arch Queen, and I will also jump into the core, and that's just going to help out take all those high HP structures like the CC, the Valks are going to help take out the CC, the Town Hall, and the Expos, because they're so close together. So obviously I deployed 2 hogs on the mortar, if you didn't see that, 3 maybe. And then they're just going to take out some of the defences, and then 3 hogs up north on the Arch Tower, because they're shooting inwards onto the healed hogs. Then there's a poison and a hog on the last Tesla, just because this was a clean up, so I knew there was straps there. Came in, didn't really need that heal, but this was towards the end of war, and I was really panicking, so I just kind of wanted to make sure that I did indeed get the 3-star, and I wasn't 100% sure. Had 10 minutes to plan, there wasn't really much planning to do in this attack, so I just turned up my army, etc. But I did get the 3-star, really nice. And then this is another open Arch Queen CB VaHo. So obviously I deploy, there's a hole in the base, so I use that to my advantage, take out a double giant bomb, and then get the CC pull, as well as I believe I got a spring trap. Deploy my Arch Queen, and then I put my poison down on the dragon. Here it's going to heal up the Arch Queen, and then I'm going to use the ability on the dragon, just because there is an Arch Tower shooting at it. If there is a point of defense, you are going to have to use the ability every single time, by the way, guys, unless you're using 5 healers, but 5 healers that's a lot on the Arch Queen, and that's way too much really. So obviously I accidentally applied my jump wrong, and then my Golem went into the wrong compartment, and that caused a problem later on in the raid. I'll show you. So at this point the Expos are shooting on the Valks, and I don't get into that core because the Valks die. Now if the Golem went with the Valks, the Golem would have tanked for the Valks. The Valks would have got in there and destroyed the Barbarian King. But now the Barbarian King is destroying the Hogs, and that does a lot of damage even though he is such a low level. So I had to force down another heal, and ideally I was expecting to only use 3 heals, but I did have 4 spells with me, excluding the poison spell. So I did end up using it just to be on the safe side, you know, better, you know, I'd rather get a safe 3-star than get a close 3-star, or maybe like a 99%, etc. And that's about it, guys. I really hope you learned from this video. If you want more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I will be on Twitch. I will be streaming all the Black Fortress Wars. And until next time, guys, keep it clashy.